how home and apartment rental scams work and how to avoid them. If you don't plan to use a real estate agent to look for a house or apartment, be on high alert for scammers. Avoid becoming a victim by understanding how they operate and what types of tactics they use. First, we'll look at the various scams and then we'll talk about how to avoid them. 1. The popular home or apartment. In this insidious scam, the landlord will list a home or apartment at an unbelievably great price. They'll feature photos of an adorable place with the desired amenities. Of course, they'll have dozens of people respond to the ad and most will want to snatch it up before it's gone. This landlord is all too willing to please everyone too. In fact, he will collect deposits, first and last month's rent, and other fees from anyone who's interested, and then skip town. The problem comes when all the renters try to move in and discover it was never the landlord's to rent in the first place. In one case, such a landlord walked away with $60,000 in collected fees from potential renters from a single apartment. A slight variation of this scam occurs when the crook rents a house or apartment with the intention of re-renting it to dozens of people. 2. The middleman. Sometimes the story is that the owner of the home or apartment is sick, out of the country, or otherwise unavailable and his friend is helping out by renting the place for him. This is called the middleman scam because renters never come into contact with the real owner of the property. If they did, they would quickly realize the property isn't even for rent. After a renter pays the deposits and rent, the friend disappears and the renter is out the money and still has no place to live. This scam can also be pulled off by people overseas. They do it by finding a photo of a cute house, then listing it for rent. They target people relocating to a new city or town who can't physically check out the house and won't know it's not located in the area claimed. 3. The over-anxious renter. Rental scams don't just target renters. They target landlords too. The most common is the typical Nigerian scam where a person will agree to rent a house or apartment and then send the landlord a check or money order for the deposits, rent, and fees. After the check is sent, however, they realize they accidentally sent too much and tell the landlord it's put them in a financial bind. They ask that the excess be wired to them right away. What the landlord may not realize, however, is that the check or money order is no good. Whatever money they wire the scammer will be their own money, never to be seen again. Now that you understand the basics of how thieves take advantage of tenants and landlords, let's take a look at how you can avoid becoming a helpless victim. Make sure the landlord really owns the house. If it's an apartment or condo, you can call the related association or property management company and ask if you're renting from the legitimate owner. If it's a home, you'll have to search the property records in the area that the house or apartment is located. If the names don't match in either of these circumstances, you're probably dealing with the scammer. Get a copy of the landlord's ID and call the local authorities to make sure it's legitimate. Do a quick Google search on the landlord's name as well as the address of the house you're considering renting. If they've scammed anyone else, you'll probably find information about it online. In addition, you may find useful information about the house, like whether or not it's been involved in previous scams. If the person you're dealing with doesn't ask you for an application or doesn't care to screen tenants with a background check, you may be dealing with a scammer. The illegitimate landlords will seem to make renting and qualifying as easy for you as possible. Don't allow anyone to overpay you. If they do, don't release any funds until their check or money order has cleared your account. Some thieves can produce fake checks and money orders so believable that they'll even fool banks until the check is finally bounced back weeks later. If this happens, you'll be responsible for any money you've used against the funds and, in some instances, you may even be held criminally responsible. They will likely pressure you to wire money beforehand to pay them back, but don't give in unless you're sure there's no chance of the original check bouncing. If you're a landlord, be sure to check all references, credit reports, criminal histories, and employers before you offer a lease.